Here's something nobody really thinks about. The biggest sporting event on the planet, 5 billion viewers, 32 nations, absolute chaos, happens once every 4 years. Not annually, not every 2 years, 4. And most people just accept that, like it's a law of nature. It isn't. So why 4 years? The answer involves money, politics, a near-death experience for the entire tournament, and one decision made in the 1930s that accidentally shaped modern sports forever. Let's get into it. First, you have to understand what FIFA actually is. FIFA isn't just a video game. It's the governing body of world football, founded in 1904. 7 countries in a room, shaking hands, deciding they'd run the sport globally. Very casual origin story for an organization that now controls billions of dollars. Here's where it gets interesting. FIFA needed a way to crown a true world champion, but the Olympics already had football, so they created something separate, something bigger, the World Cup. The first one was in 1930. Uruguay hosted it. 13 teams showed up, Uruguay won. Simple enough. But here's the problem nobody talks about. Almost nobody came. Travel in 1930 was not a vibe. European teams had to take a 2-week boat ride to South America just to play. Some countries refused entirely. The whole thing nearly collapsed before it started. So FIFA had a problem. How do you run a global tournament when the globe is logistically enormous? The answer was time. Lots of it. 4 years gave host nations enough time to build stadiums. 4 years gave qualifying campaigns room to breathe across every continent. 4 years gave the global football calendar space to exist without the World Cup eating everything else alive. In theory, it was a practical solution. In practice, it became tradition. In tradition, once locked in, is almost impossible to move. But there's a financial layer here too, and this part is wild. Every World Cup cycle is basically FIFA's business model. Broadcast rights, sponsorships, licensing deals, almost all of FIFA's revenue is tied to the World Cup. We're talking billions per tournament. If you run it every 2 years, you dilute the product. Scarcity creates demand. 4 years apart means when it arrives, the entire planet stops. That's not an accident. That's leverage. Think about it like a blockbuster movie franchise. If Marvel dropped an Avengers film every 6 months, you'd stop caring. The 4-year gap makes the World Cup feel like an event, a generational moment. People remember which World Cup they watched as a kid. You don't get that with an annual tournament. There's also the player welfare argument, which FIFA will happily cite whenever it's convenient. International football already stacks on top of grueling club seasons. Players are flying across continents constantly. A 4-year cycle supposedly protects them. Whether FIFA actually cares about that is a separate conversation. Here's the thing though, FIFA actually tried to change it. Around 2021, there was a serious proposal to move the World Cup to every 2 years. Gianni Infantino, FIFA's president, pushed hard for it. The argument was more football, more access, more growth for smaller nations. The backlash was immediate. Players hated it, European leagues hated it, UEFA threatened to boycott. The proposal quietly died. So it turns out 4 years isn't just tradition, it's a carefully balanced ecosystem that nobody powerful enough actually wants to disrupt. So here's what we actually learned. The World Cup happens every 4 years because of a boat ride in 1930, a billion-dollar business model, and the fact that scarcity might be the most powerful force in sports. One tournament every 4 years. That's exactly why it feels like the whole world holds its breath. Now here's the question worth sitting with. If the World Cup happened every year, would you still care as much? Or does the wait create the magic? If this kind of breakdown is your thing, subscribe. New one drops every week. Don't miss it.